up. He's
He
got,
said
like,
give him
glass
a
of water or
second.
something.
Okay, all right, all right. He's back there doing cartwheels, probably.
No, he's got his arms in the gimmick.
Oh, gotcha. Well, you can do
Oh
one hand.
yeah,
I bet you,
You go.
if anyone can do a one-handed cartwheel, it's Jack
Motherfucker
Cartwheel.
I've
can
seen
do
him
one.
do the one-handed.
He
I'm
can do
not
it.
touching anything.
I'm bringing him in. He can do. Motherfucker can do a one-hander. I'm sure.
Can you fix the thing now?
Yeah, I'm fixing the
Yeah.
thing.
Nice.
How
Heck
are
yeah.
you?
What's up, man? Good, good. How are you guys?
Great. Thanks for taking time and jumping on the show tonight. How's the elbow treating you?
Of course. Thank you for having me. You know, it's getting there. It really is getting there, man. The huge blessing in disguise. Well, the huge blessing is I didn't need to have a surgery. So, like, tons of things were torn. My UCL was torn. My LUCL ligaments were torn. My extender tendon was torn as well. But they all had a tiny bit still attached to where I didn't need a surgery. So it's going. I have a potential return date, but I'm keeping that to myself because I think it'll be big.
So when it's not torn and it's like hanging on by a thread, you just can't use it. You just kind of like you have to wait.
Yeah, so there's it's the physical therapy of it, of building the strength back, building the ligaments back, that it takes 5 weeks to build the scar tissue to where it's at a point where I'm able to work on getting the full extension and work on getting the full forgot what this this way is, but working on getting it fully in those directions. Yeah, that still has a little bit to go. Yeah, but it's going. It's going. Like, I mean, the progress is where we're supposed to be, I think.
That looks like a pretty badass gimmick, man. You gonna keep rolling with that once you step back in the ring?
There's got to be something. I don't know what it is. Like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have some sort of protective brace in a real way, that, like, I do need this brace, but I also want it for people to remember, like, what happened and why I have it, because there was that time where I couldn't do cartwheels, and now I got this brace. Now I'm remembering about that time where I couldn't do the things that I love. So it will remind me of that time, and also remind the fans of this time and how fragile this can be and life can be. And I think that's a big part of why I do cartwheels, because someday I might not be able to. And I think that that's an important message, that I want to do cartwheels while I can.
Yeah. Look, I'm glad one of us can do cartwheels. I know I can't. I'm a little older, so you should go full Cowboy Bob Orton with it. Show back up in AAA, big cast all the way up to your shoulder, and just start wall up El Grande Americano. Go after Ray Phoenix and his new title. Like,
that's right.
Go in there and raise hell.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's a biochemically re-engineered elbow created to make destruction, right? So yeah, potentially this might be a little too bulky, but there's got to be something like it that I will return with. And yeah, totally, exactly what you said with going after Ray Phoenix and the Crucero Championship now. What an amazing match. And yeah, man, that belt is the thing I have my eye on.
Now you're part of AAA, and you were there before you got hurt. I'm sure you watched we just finished talking about the mask versus mask match.
Dude,
how from someone who was there when it kind of, the seeds were planted, like the atmosphere looked like it was incredible in Monterey Saturday night. And I don't know if you were there, but you've been in the building before. Like, can you speak to the atmosphere down in AAA versus like a GCW show? Because they seem like two completely different animals.
Absolutely. Yeah, I could definitely talk about that I'm not sure if any of you guys have heard this term before, but that the crowd is the soundtrack to every match. That it's like watching a movie, and whoever the crowd is the audio, right? So watching that match, having like the best soundtrack to any wrestling match ever, because every single person in that arena was so insanely invested and cared so much about everything, that it just felt electric, and it was absolutely amazing, felt historic because of how much everyone cared. And yeah, that difference of a reserved audience of 100 people or 200 people versus a very, very excited and motivating audience of 10,000 is going to be insanely different with that soundtrack of what the match sounds like and what it feels like. It's very different. And also, I didn't know like we started recording. Like I'm totally good that we did, or you guys have been going for a while. But I also want to put over all these action figures. These are awesome. Like in the back, Mr. HK, it's sick.
Thank you very much.
Heck yeah.
It is kind of a disease.
What's your newest one?
It's somewhere in that pile over there. Probably, I think the DDP Ultimate Edition was the one that arrived most recently.
Nice.
Yeah, or the Coco Beware. I don't remember which one was the most recent one, but yeah, it's a disease. Trust me,
it's still growing. That's no, I love it. You gotta have something to remember the good times and to build on and like to deep dive into. It's
all the way around, man. It's everywhere. So yeah, it's all four corners of the office and top to bottom. It's
not wrestling, but I have a Jar Jar Binks up there.
Okay. I got Star Wars in the living room. So then I got DC also in the living room. So, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Do you collect Star Wars, or is it just kind of a passing? If you see it with your eyes, you're in.
Yeah, I would say besides like WWE and pro wrestling, Marvel and Star Wars and DC are the things that I put my energy into. And I don't collect action figures necessarily, but this one Jar Jar Binks I got at like a garage sale when I was 8, and I just kept it because it's like, I think at one time when I'm maybe 50 or 60 or 70, it'll be worth a lot, but I don't know. It's just one that I have.
So you're making the investment. That's the investment play.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what I tell my wife every time a package shows up. These are going to be worth something someday, as I look at a fucking bookcase full of unopened, useless AEW figures.
I imagine she goes, if you make it till then.
They very much could be like with more things of the physical art becoming more valuable once again. Hopefully, yeah.
I hope so. I mean, I'm not collecting to. It would be nice though, you know. every couple weeks, like something shows up, and then I'm like, I'm fucking out of space, and then she's like, where are you gonna put that? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Why do you ask me? I'm like, it's in the podcast room, so leave it alone. I had to do a complete sidebar. I had to take I work in the restaurant, Jack, and I'm like a restaurant manager, so I had to take a online serve safe manager test today, and I had to do it from the laptop, and the lady had to access like my camera, and like the camera comes up, and I don't know if the light my collection is not as big as HK's, but it's still pretty, and it comes out. She goes, oh, what is all that? And I go, oh, it has nothing to do with
nothing to do with restaurant safety, miss.
Nothing. It has not. She's like, what? She's like, what is this? I'm like, this is my router, lady. This is my Wi-Fi. She's like, is it a speaker? And I'm like, oh my God, do people really cheat at this? Can I just take this stupid test, please?
It's 165
Can you show me what's on the couch?
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. What's on the couch? This is my autographed Mikey Whipwreck figure. How is this going to figure into this stupid test? Is that a skeleton? Yes, that's a full fucking skeleton, lady. What are we doing? Can we start the test, please? Sorry.
No, that's awesome. Yeah,
it's not about me. This is about Jack Cartwheel. So the recovery's going well. Triple H is on fire. Now, you did an interview like maybe
Triple H. Huh?
Triple A.
Just set the motherfucker ablaze.
Sorry, Jack.
Well,
English is not. I have a wrestling podcast, and I can't speak the English language. We had we had Madman Pondo on the show a couple weeks ago, and I called him Madman Mondo for the whole interview. So just,
wow.
not on purpose.
Be glad he's getting your name right.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I get Jake sometimes. I get Jake a good amount. That Jake Cartwheel. So that's the only one really. Most people get the cartwheel part.
I just said they change the cartwheel and go somersault or round off, nothing like that.
They do, but that's when it's like a joke, and it's like, oh, I've never heard that before. Good one. But also at the same time, I don't care as much. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, that's fine.
How did you settle on cartwheel? Like, out of all the flippy moves that you can do?
So it's a homage to a couple things that I think it's really great that it's an easy thing to do. That it's a overall that many people can relate to it, many people understand it. I think it works with the kiddos that they love to do cartwheels. I want to be walking down the aisle in the entrance and kids are doing this because they're excited to do a cartwheel. And it would be the way that I would make people happy when I was growing up, that I would go to my grandparents' senior citizen home and I would just be doing cartwheels and flips around in the courtyard to make people smile. Or when my little sister would scrape her knee, I would just start doing cartwheels to make her smile. And when I went into pro wrestling, this is what I wanted to do, that I wanted to be the good guy who comes in and makes people smile one cartwheel at a time. So it's the thing that I like to do. It's who I am, and I think it represents joy and also something a little bit difficult, but takes all your energy to do.
Wait a second. You doing it at an old folks' home, Jack? Like, isn't that like? Is it kind of rubbing it in a little bit? Because you don't. These old folks aren't on their walkers and shit doing any acrobatics.
I think it's more of I'm doing the cartwheels for the people who aren't able to as well. That there's an aspect of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll do them all for the people who can't do them and for the people who can. And yeah, I think it would bring a brightness to their day.
All right.
I did briefly look around to see if there's enough room in the room for me to try and do a cartwheel, but I will not be smashing through any of my decalfs tonight. So
I think it would make for a great clip, though.
Yeah, I'm not spending the night cleaning up glass and action figures and then having to explain to my wife why I destroyed a decalf.
Well, you had to do a cartwheel.
And then she'll go, did you? Did you have to do a cartwheel? That'll be how that goes. AAA is on fire, and you had done an interview a couple weeks ago because you were a WWE ID guy, but now you're full on AAA. We kind of talked about it before, like, but AAA is under the WWE umbrella, right? So how does that work for you?
Yeah, I would say it completely, yes, sir. Under the WWE umbrella, so amazing. Mr. Undertaker is there producing and helping, and Mr. Borash and so many of the best producers and coaches from WWE in the Performance Center helping AAA become and be that really amazing best show that's going on right now. And I would say the biggest difference between when I was in ID versus now being in AAA is showing up on WWE Evolve, I would say, is the biggest difference. That me and Cappuccino Jones were having a lot more matches together with Adrenaline Drip on Evolve, and now it's transitioned from having those amazing shows on Evolve to bringing my talents and having great, amazing matches on AAA.
Do you guys call him Mr. Undertaker?
I do. Okay. I'm not comfortable enough yet to say anything else.
I wonder, like, does he get everyone together? Like, you may call me many things, but don't call me Mark.
I have not seen that meeting yet. I just say Mr. Undertaker.
So you mentioned when you jumped on that you have a date in mind. I'm not going to ask you when the date is or how close we are, but like, obviously Ray Phoenix took that. He walked out Saturday night as the champion, and you were kind of involved in before you got hurt. You know, you were feuding a little bit with God dang it, I just had it up here, Laredo Kid. So like, what is your like? If Jack Cartwheel has his way, like, are we going right for Ray Phoenix when we come back?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. If Jack Cartwheel has his way, he gets a third shot, third time's the charm at the Crucero Championship. That first time, it was me, Laredo, and Javon Evans in December. The second time, me, Laredo, Dragon Lee, and TJP in March with Ray Reyes. And if Jack Cartwheel has his way, he gets to go and try it one more time. Maybe there's bigger stakes at this point because I haven't gotten it twice already. But if I have my way and if I'm given the opportunity when I come back, that Crucero Championship and Ray Phoenix is where my eyes are headed and what I'm focused on. I have the blinders on. I can't see anything else except for the Crucero Championship and Ray Phoenix.
Is there a and the injury occurred now in GCW? Is there a how does that work going forward? Are we okay with you working outside of AAA, or is there what's the protocol for that? Take us a little bit behind the curtain if you can.
Yeah, I would say I'm still you could still work all the indies. I can still go to GCW, have amazing matches there, go to AAA, have more amazing matches there. In my head, I just see that AAA a head above that has the priority and all of my attention. And when I'm trying to do those AAA shows, I keep the rest of my weekend free so I can be the very best that I can for WWE and AAA. And on all the other weeks, I'll be working all the other indies that I can, or all the indies that I can, and putting my best foot forward every single time I step into that AAA ring.
What's your favorite thing to eat while you're down in Mexico?
What was that?
What's your favorite thing to eat while you're in Mexico?
I like pastor tacos. That's my favorite. Pastor, well, which is also adobado, which I didn't know. So pastor, adobado, asada tacos are my favorite. If I'm going to go quesadilla or burrito, I'm probably going chicken, pollo. And then, I mean, I love rice and beans as well. Like especially the fried, refried beans. So good, or the refried black beans as well. I love all the Mexican food, the Mexican cuisine. It's perfect for me. I feel like also it gets some smack about being not healthy, but I don't see how that works. It's just meat and a tortilla. So I think it would make sense that it's very healthy.
100%, man. 100%. Like, have you had like obviously you're down there eating squid, right? Are you delving outside of just your tacos and quesadillas? You trying everything else down there?
That's a great question. There's definitely there was some maletes, like a special type in Puebla that was more of a ham and cheese type sandwich, but it seemed like it was very traditional and cultural in Puebla. So I was really excited to get to try that. And a big thing that stops me from a lot of the Mexican foods is I don't like tomatoes, actually. So that actually stops a lot of the experimental foods where there's tomatoes and it's more of a process, I guess.
Right. I got you.
What is it? The taste of the tomatoes, or is it the texture? What do you not like about
texture? I think it's the texture and the taste. I like ketchup, but it's a different thing. In my opinion, it's a different taste and texture.
I can respect that.
Thanks. But
I dig it. Do you know how's your Spanish? Do you speak good Spanish?
In terms of lucha libre and talking about matches, I am pretty solid at Spanish in terms of what I need to know for being in the ring. I think there's a lot of things I could improve on. I mean, the vast majority of Spanish I could improve on outside of the ring, but training with Lil Cholo at the House of Lucha in the Los Angeles area, I, for 2 or 3 years, have been calling matches in Spanish and practicing my my directions in Spanish, so I know how to say my things that I want to do and do in in Spanish, in lucha, and learning more and more as I'm progressing. But with Spanish itself, with lucha, I'm good. Outside of lucha, there's a lot more vocab I need to get.
Yeah, like I said, I work in a restaurant, so I only know all the bad words. Right, and I know enough like not bad words where if I say it in front of somebody who speaks Spanish, they think I speak Spanish, and I'm like, nope, that was it.
Yeah.
Whatever just came out of my mouth, that's the extent of it. If somebody speaks to me in Spanish, if there's like a couple like key words that they say, like I can kind of figure out what they're trying to say, but for the most part, I don't know what the hell's going on.
The one time I went to Mexico, I would see at the at restaurants, or I'd see the cleaning people, and I'd say "Hola," and they'd say something else. No, just "Hola." That's all I got.
I feel it. I think a big thing for me right now is I'm working on directions and negative characteristics. Those are like kind of the things that I'm watching more videos about right now, of like izquierda and derecho and arriba and debajo and al lado and all those of like, oh, I'm going that way or that way or that way for airport stuff mostly.
Now, I remember hearing stories from guys in the 90s like Jericho and Guerrero and all them, that on the trips to different towns they would get stopped at times by, police or people like that. Have you ever been involved in that, or had somebody stop you on one of the trips on a bus or something?
So not everyone together on like one of those shuttle buses or something like that. That I've been very lucky to not run into any problems. Twice I've had issues with flights where perhaps I was missing a certain certification that I was supposed to get when I first arrived, which led me to go like back through security the other way to find that place, get that, then come back. But it hasn't been one of those stories that you perhaps talk about or hear about with a policeman trying to get a bribe. There was one time where I crossed the border with someone who didn't have a passport, and they ended up paying to get through. But yeah, that happened at a different room. He was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go deal with something. I'll be right back," and that's what that was.
Like I'm I'm sweating. I'm so like the idea of going through security just to have to turn around and go back to like that just gave me like the sweats. Like I'm
yeah,
I don't like that. Freaks me. We went on our honeymoon. I went to Europe, and it was like anytime we got off the boat, I was like, just the anxiety was through the roof because I don't speak whatever language of whatever country we were in, and like we got on like the wrong train to go someplace, and the lady was like yelling at us, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face." My wife's like, "You need to calm down." Like, why the fuck is she yelling at us? She clearly can tell we don't know what we're doing. Yeah, no, that gives me anxiety. I don't like that. Oh.
It's hard to keep composure in those times, for sure.
Oh man,
maybe you should have just done some cartwheels, Double T. You would have been fine.
No, maybe. I can't. Again, I crashed through everything. I got there in a China shop.
There's one story in terms of like that traveling anxiety in Mexico that I think would be like the highest of all of those anxieties that I've had, where one time I was doing a show, maybe 5 or 6 hour bus ride from the Mexico City airport. I had a flight at 6 a.m. out of the Mexico City airport to go to Baltimore to work for MCW. And I didn't realize that that town was so far away from Mexico City that I ended up having to leave the venue during the show, get a public bus, go on the public bus overnight to get to Mexico City, find my way from that bus stop to the airport to make that 7 a.m. flight to get to Baltimore. So yeah, I think I put my hat on that night of like I earned this because I went through that to make it to this one show. That yeah, also of when I'm going through something else, I'm like, oh, at least I'm not on this public bus by myself, going across the country.
And having to fly into Baltimore, man, that airport's a shithole.
That's not nice, HK. When was the last time you were in Baltimore?
I was in Baltimore last summer. 2 summers ago. It's not too long ago. I was in Baltimore. Our airport's a shithole.
That's not very nice.
I mean, Baltimore kind of is a shithole, so you're not.
All right,
you're
so
not-
we might have people from Baltimore listening, watching. We don't want to
They might
poo-poo them.
agree.
Yeah. They know they live in a shithole if they're from Baltimore.
You got to stay by the port.
No, Jack. Let's get off of Baltimore here, Jack. So clearly your sights are on Ray Phoenix, but we mentioned AAA's under the WWE umbrella. There's a couple other promotions under there. A lot of talent, a lot of great talent. You mentioned Javon Evans. You shared a ring with him. Is there anybody in that WWE universe that you've yet to get in the ring with that you're kind of looking forward to when you come back from this injury?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the pride I have to be saying these names, but also to know that we legitimately do work in the same company now, that this is tangibly a thing. It could be Jack Cartwheel versus Penta in a AAA coming up. It could be Jack Cartwheel versus Dom Mysterio. It could be Jack Cartwheel versus Finn Balor. It could be Jack Cartwheel versus the Vanity Project, because we had beef in ID and we could keep that going. Every match I had with those guys was great. And I mean, Jack Cartwheel versus Roman Reigns would be insane, but that is a tangible thing that could happen. And like, these are goals I'm aspiring towards, and matches that I would really love to have.
I'd really like to see those. Look, if you look up Jack's cage match, I mean, he shared the ring with every single cruiserweight, high flyer, big name out there on the indies, AAA guys now. He's been in there with La Parca, and he mentioned TJP, and it's a who's who. And Jack is, I mean, you're young, so you got a lot of miles left on them roads, son.
Yes, the wheels keep spinning.
But somebody's wheels are spinning.
We mentioned GCW before. When you come back, you got your eyes on anybody there? Like maybe a match with Atticus, the champ, or something?
I would think so. Yeah, like a match with Atticus somewhere in California, I think would be the coolest thing ever. Have a kind of homecoming in some sort of way. That would be amazing. I'm always excited to work with Gringo Loco when I can. I'm always excited to work with Vengador. Alec Price and Jordan Oliver, always love working with them. And, you know, I haven't had a singles match with Jimmy Lloyd since the first GCW match, but man, every time he has a matches, they don't disappoint. They do not disappoint. Same with Joey Janela. He just executes. And tons of people at GCW that I want to return and not even just have a match with. I'm looking towards more stories and feuds and things that last a little bit longer than having the one match and being okay with either losing or winning. I want to have a match and lose it, but say, you know what, I lost today, but I want another shot. Or I won today. Or I won the first.
I was going to say, there's the other option there, Jack.
Dude, that would be great. Then we could end it.
Well, Jack, we are super excited for you on this road to recovery. We can't wait to see you come back, because possibilities are endless. AAA is on fire. GCW is like a runaway train. I mean, they're every weekend. They're in a new state. They're bringing in the best talent. So it'll be fantastic to see you back in those rings and apply your trade the only place you know how to, and that's inside the ring, doing cartwheels, getting crazy, getting victories. None of this losing shit, Jack. Come on, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that no losing. We're winners, Jack. Jack Cartwheel is a goddamn winner.
Winning is more fun, and Jack Cartwheel is all about fun. So you are correct. That's when you actually get those good smiles and those good cartwheels, when you have joy going because you worked hard and now you won.
And Jack, this has been a lot of fun. We appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. I know the recovery is going well, and and we're not going to take up your whole night. Before we let you go, anything you want to leave your fans with, fans of the Shining Wizards?
Man, thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you guys for giving me the time. And I want to say to keep doing cartwheels, keep chasing after whatever dream you have, whatever thing you want to do. Have a spirit that bounces back. That's what I'm trying to do with this elbow. And keep spinning. Flip those expectations. I am Jack Cartwheel. You can find me on Instagram at Jack Cartwheel and X at Jack Cartwheel, on Facebook Jack Cartwheel, YouTube Jack Cartwheel, and I should have a link to my Big Cartel website, where I sell t-shirts, 8x10s, and I have brand new cards. Actually, do you mind if I grab them real quick?
Oh, not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all that, and for those of you guys out there watching, all that information is scrolling across the bottom of the screen too. We have Jack's Pro Wrestling Tees up there, his IG, it's all at the bottom of the screen. So be sure to follow him. His link tree is down there, and he's got these cool new cards he's going to show.
I got these 2 cool new lenticular cards, which means that they change. So it goes from me in a cartwheel
cool.
to posing for one.
Well, I like that. That's super creative.
That's
Those
awesome.
are brand new. I got them today. They finally got here. So yeah.
Our guy. All right. So we got True Prince of Pro. He's a big AAA fan. He does a AAA review show on YouTube. Jack Cartwheel, one of my favorites this year because he always has incredible matches. I really hope he wins the Cruiserweight Championship at AAA Triple Mania this year.
On that whiteboard, it says 101 days till Triple Mania. By the way,
Nice.
Countdown is on. And then Apron Bump wants to know, have you ever shit your pants while cartwheeling?
maybe other acrobatic moves. I'm not going to put that above me, but cartwheels, no, I don't think so.
No, they're easy. Cartwheels are easy, Kyle. Bringing your nasty.
I thought you meant when you said easy. I thought you meant shitting your pants.
No, come on, Brundo. Oh my god.
Well, it can't be that difficult. You've done it a ton of times.
Who?
You.
Me or Brundo?
Well, actually, both of you, I guess. Not think about it.
Brundo way more recently than me, just for the record.
With the cartwheel, does Brundo has a better one?
Not with a cartwheel. I don't know if I could do a cartwheel either, but I'm sure landing would probably.
I don't think you could do a cartwheel without shitting your pants.
Jack, this is a blast, man. Anytime you want to come back on, you want to hang out, you got something to promote, just hit us up and we got you, man. This has been a really good time.
Cool. Thank you guys. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you for having me. And this was fun.
All right, we'll talk soon, Jack. Thanks, man. Good luck with the recovery. We'll see you in the ring soon.
See ya, Rotation Nation.
Oh, I like that.
Thanks, Jack.
Rotation Nation.
I dig that.
The Rotation Nation.
I like that. It's Rotation Nation is pretty solid. I like that too.
Jack was great.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Absolutely.